Hello everyone, this is Shruti Srivastav, BTech ITTS Semester 5, and today I am going to walk you through my data analysis process using Data Studio. So let's dive right into it. Now, let me first acquaint you with Data Studio. Google Data Studio is a data visualization platform and it allows you to bring different sets of data into one place and transform this data into a report. With the best part being, it's free. It provides different templates and a variety of graphs that you can use to bring your data to life. So, let's get started. Now I've opened my Google Data Studio workspace, and to kickstart our report, we need to click on the Create button and select the report option. Now we select the source from where we want to connect our data. Data Studio provides you with various data sources like Google Analytics, Google Ads, Google Sheet, Cloud Spanner, Cloud SQL or MySQL, extracting data from different sources. But since I've stored my data in the system, hence I'm choosing the file upload option. So here you can see you can click uh, to upload your file. But since I've already uploaded my file, I'm just going to select that. And here we have our data, which is 8 KB in size. And now I'm just going to add it to the report. This is the workspace where you can create your report according to the data. So before we dive into it, let us first explore our data set. So here we have our data set that I've chosen to make my report on. It is a finance data set. This data set contains financial precedence data obtained from a survey of people during COVID-19 and how they're investing and saving their money. The data has been taken from Kaggle and has 24 attributes, as you can see, and about 40 entries. These attributes contain personal information of each investor, such as gender, age, and whether they prefer to invest their money or not. And if their answer is yes, as you can see, most of them answered in yes, then the next few columns have a list of options that the individual prefers to invest in and has to rank them in order of preference, such as if you can see here, if they prefer mutual fund over the others, they rank it 1 and equity as 2. So we have ranked 7 such columns, which are namely mutual fund, equity market, debentures, government bonds, fixed deposit or FDs, PPF, and gold. Next, we have the stock market attribute, where we tackle whether the investors are willing to invest in the stock market or not, and then we inquire whether they invest monthly, weekly, annually, or daily. And we compare it along with the duration for which they plan to invest in these assets. Next, we have the reasoning attributes, where firstly we have the reason for their investments, which you can see is predominantly retirement plan, and secondly the healthcare plan, followed by a reason for which they chose their investment instrument, and then finally we have the source, which depicts what influenced these investors to invest in a set fund. So that's the briefing of our data set. So as we have discussed our data set, so now let's come back to our report and how to make it in Data Studio. So this is the data entry that has been added by default in my, or you can add it through add data option if you want to. And here we have dimensions, as you can see, and here I have gender ratio and record count. That is, there in our data set we have 25 male and 15 female. So you can add a dimension here too, such as avenue if you want to. As you can see, mutual funds, fixed deposit, and etc. are included here. You can add another if you want to. Let's say if I want to add source. So here we have sources column, and then you can adjust the size of it so that it's completely visible. You can also add add metrics here, such as if I want to add expectations of people. So here we have the expectations. You can also add another one, or you can type here if you can't find it, like duration. So here we have the duration. And as you can see, we have our data set. We have 19, as you can see here, it is mentioned 19 rows. You can expand it to see all. So here we have all our 19 rows visible now. And now let's say I want to add a page because this is taking up a lot of it. So I'm going to add a page. Here you can choose your theme, such as if you want dark theme, or if you want something by default or edgy, you can choose this. So I'm going with the dark theme. And here in add chart, you can add a chart suitable to your needs. Let's say I'm adding a pie chart. So here we have gender division, which I would like to change, and you can change it to expectations, let's say. So here, as you can see, 20 to 30% is the average expectation here. So now we have the expectation chart, and now we want another chart. Let's choose this one. It's a stack combo chart that I'm using here. And here I have the expectations only as a parameter. So I'm going to change that to avenue. As you can see, we have the avenue of male and female. This is the breakdown dimension, but I would like to change that also, and I want to change it to duration. So as you can see, here is more than 5 years durations and 1 to 3 years, etc. So this is our division of our assets into the time that we are investing into it. You can also adjust the style of it using the style option. You can have it look like this for better representation, or you can as you can see, these are stacked bars. So if we want to say show data tables, you can also do that and add the numerics to it. As you can see, it's much better, and it is also much more representable. You can also divide the color if you want a single color, but that is very much confusing, so I have dimension value set as it is. Okay, so now if we want to compare some values, let's say we have line chart here, so I'm placing that. Now if I want to do the same for these values only, and I want to choose expectation versus duration, let's say. So you see, we have our duration line compared with the expectation line. So in the same way, you can create many table and charts for your visual representation of the data. Let's say I'm making here another one, and let's move this one aside. So now I can change my dimensions to debentures here, and I can also add a breakdown into avenues. So here I have mutual fund, provident fund, and etc. compared with the debenture option, and record count to help us with that. As you can see, record count is mentioned right here. In the same way, you can make many more data and visualize your data set for better interpretability of your data set. So now I'm going to show you what my final report looks like, since this is a demo. So let's get to it. So as you can see, this is my final report, and here I have included some dataset for clear visualization, and here is a pie chart of our main reasons for investment, and here are the assets for investment in a stack combo chart. So I have also included some investor gender ratio, age distribution, stock market investor or not, and expectations of investors. Along with, I have included a few of our assets to compare which one is more popular. The one with lower value is the one which is more popular because its ratings are low. I mean, its preference is high, hence lower number acquired. So, amongst these four, fixed deposits is most popular amongst the investors. And here, finally, I have a source chart that depicts which source is more reliable for investors. And here I have compared duration with expectations. As you can see, expectations are about 30% in all age groups, and duration, that is average, is 2 years. So that has been my report. Thank you for listening to me and hope this was of help.